What's up, nail geeks, and welcome back to another Lurid Lacquer video. This is what I'm dubbing Lurid Friday, and we have a wonderful mix of colors launching tonight. I have the Polish and Beauty Expo Weird Girl Summer Collection to show you all. These are going to be available in overpours tonight, and once they sell out, they're not going to be restocked. I have the Lola Tibbers Turns 4 collection to show off, and I also have the Paradise Found set and the Shimma's Group Custom that was launched over the summer. We have lots of releases to check out. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Best Friends Forever is a clear base packed with chartreuse, light reflective glitter, and iridescent flakes that shift from pink to orange to gold. I made sure to label on the top right for the Weird Girl Summer polishes because, again, these are not going to be restocked. So grab them while they're hot and ready this weekend. Best Friends Forever is one of those types of finishes that I always think of when I think of Karen. It's a flaky bomb. It's so glittery and sparkly, and it's very plump. Stop at 2 coats. That's all you need. And it's a reflective type of finish. So make sure you're using a glossy top coat and glitter smoothing top coat together. Doll Face is a pink base with holographic pigment and Aurora shimmer that shifts from orange to gold. This is one of my top picks. I will never tire of holographics that have a metallic shimmery type of component to them, and this is no exception. This one builds up very well at 2 coats if that's your preference, but I wanted to see how plump I could get this one, and that's typically how I wear this specific type of finish. I like 3 coats. So personally, I would recommend going up to 3 and a glossy top coat. It will dry down quite flat, which is typical of this kind of metallic feel that it has on application. In the sunshine, you're going to see tons and tons of rainbows, and in indoor lighting, you'll see that coppery type of tint to the base color there. Small Town Misfits is a green tinged neon yellow base with Aurora shimmer that shifts from red to orange. This is gorgeous. Another one of my top picks. And looking back at these types of greens from Karen, if you haven't checked out my Polish Pickup TV from my sister channel, I did interview Karen this month, or rather I should say this last month, but it is such an awesome interview. And she talks about how difficult it is to make greens, especially with shimmer. So go check that out. It's linked in my description if you want to go subscribe to that channel and hear Karen's thoughts on green polishes like this. For being difficult, this is a wonderfully smooth formula. I'm going to suggest 3 coats and a glossy top coat. The Backroads at Night is a green jelly base with Aurora shimmer that shifts from red to orange to gold. Again, we got another beautiful green here. I have to say Doll Face, that holographic one, and then Small Town Misfits, that beautiful neon before this, and then probably this one might have to be my top picks out of the exclusives. These are so pretty. Backroads at Night has that earthy, swampy, green, mossy type of color to the backdrop. I'm going to suggest 3 coats. It applies like a jelly. If you have a really prominent free edge, you might want to use a blurring base. Your choice on that. I don't think it's super noticeable outside of really bright lights though. So again, whatever you want to do with that, and a glossy top coat. Mags and Sags Model Home Adventures is a lightly tinted pink curly base with coral pink light reflective glitter and iridescent flakes that shift from orange to gold to green and from gold to green with blue at the most extreme angles. Essentially, we have that nice flaky type of mix, very much like Best Friends Forever, but this to me is like, this is like flake and flake on flake action. There's so much here. Get a little sloppy with it. Don't be afraid. And then just go in with your cleanup brush as normal and you're good to go. This is one of those polishes you want to act like you're putting jelly on top of toast. Just slather it on there real good. Do 2 coats, no more than that, a glitter smoother and glossy top coat. Hickory Nut Grove is a semi-sheer taupe base with warm-toned green Aurora shimmer that shifts to blue. I know I said I have 3 favorites out of this one, but this one's kind of up there too. And this is like shimmer, shimmer, shimmer action. And the background is very neutral. So essentially what's giving you that opacity is the shimmer. There's so much in this bottle. I'm going to suggest 3 coats. It's going to plump it up as it will dry down really, really flat, almost metallic-like. And you want it to be just kind of gel-like appearance. That's usually what I go for on my full finished coats. This will dry down really flat again, so make sure you're using a good glossy top coat and you're good to go. For being a neutral, I actually genuinely loved how this looked against my skin tone. Beneath the Summer Sun is a clear base packed with purple light reflective glitter and iridescent flakes that shift from orange to gold to green. So we have another one of, I'm going to say, I guess I'll just call it a Karen finish here. And it's that mylar type of confetti appearance. Another one that I'm going to suggest going up to 2 coats with. Remember, these have reflective glitters and these beautiful chonky flakes. So you want to just, again, get a little messy with it and glitter smoother and glossy top coat. Anything past 2 coats, in my opinion, is overkill. You'll have way too much polish on your nails. And that's saying something because these start off on the, slightly lighter side. Reflection of the Sun on Pond Scum is a yellowy green base with Aurora shimmer that shifts from cerulean to blue, and it has green light reflective glitter. This is another fantastic green. If you are collecting all of Karen's greens, this is another Pokemon card you don't want to let go. I stopped at 2 coats because it has that plumpy, squishy type of reflective glitter finish to it, and that was just fine. This is very glowy in person, especially in those dimmed lights like what you see on my macro shot here. And then moving on with the rest of the polishes from this release. This is a Midnight Marsupial Encounter, described as a cool toned neon purple base packed with teal to blue large particle Aurora shimmer. This is so pretty. In fact, all of the Lola polishes are just chef's kiss. I'm not a purple polish person myself, but I will say these types of purples, I 10,000% can get behind. Marsupial Encounter was opaque for me at 2 plump coats and a glossy top coat. It's My Birthday, I Can Bark If I Want To is a neon magenta base with large particle Aurora shimmer that shifts from green to blue. I do love when Karen does a hot pink. She does them so well. In fact, I don't think there's any color she doesn't do well, if I'm honest. At least my Helmer drawers definitely would have to agree with that. It's My Birthday is a fantastic true neon pink. On my monitors, this is coming off like a neon Barbie pink. In case it gets skewed, that's exactly what it is. It's such a perfect medium type of neon magenta. I love these types of colors against my skin tone, and this is just fantastic. The shimmer is a finer particle, so as you'll see on my swatches here, my photos, I think that's pretty representative of what I'm seeing in person. Fluffiest Girl in Town is a lightly tinted blush coral base with glowy purple to pink Aurora shimmer and coral light reflective glitter. This is a reflective glitter finish, a true reflective glitter finish, I should say, and I'm going to suggest going up to 2 coats with it. If you wanted to push it to 3 coats, I cannot see anyone needing to do that unless you're rocking super long claws. Otherwise, for everyone else, yeah, 2 coats is just fine. The base itself heavily flirts with being neutral, but all that beautiful shimmer goodness amps it up in that blushy type of appearance. I think my swatches are giving you a good idea of that. It's definitely a blush coral. I do agree with that. Gentle of Spirit, Sharp of Fang is a neon-based orchid purplish pink with glowy Aurora shimmer that shifts from a warm green to blue. $2 per bottle will be donated to the American College of Veterinary Behaviorists. So I would say this one's like a cousin to Midnight Marsupial. And honestly, I would say you need both. I do think they're different enough. Of course, if you're wanting to be like super bi diet, I get it. One is definitely darker than the other if that helps your decision making. But this is very shimmery. It's so packed full of goodies here. I'm going to suggest 3 coats and a glossy top coat. Little One is an orchid pinkish purple with iridescent flakes that shift from green to blue and holographic micro flakes. It does state in the PR info that this is very similar to prototype 331. $2 per bottle will be donated to the Brown Dog Foundation. So this is a family member to the Karen finish, the Best Friends Forever, Mags and Sags. So we've got another very strong finish like that. Again, 2 coats, glitter smoother, and glossy top coat is essentially what you need. Daydreaming, speaking of that Karen type of finish, is a clear base packed with green to purple to pink iridescent flakes and coral light reflective glitter. This is just packed full of flaky action here, very much like the ones we've seen before. And I'm going to suggest stopping at 2 coats. Once again, glitter smoother, glossy top coat, and you're good to go. There is so much going on in here in terms of flaky action. If you're a flaky fan, even if you're not that big into flakes like myself, this is very pretty. I think all of these flaky finishes convincing me that I might be wrong on my opinion of that, but I'm just very picky on flakes. Paradise Found is a bright teal base with glowy blue shimmer. This is beautiful, shimmer good, one of my top picks. I so love this color. I love when she does blues with these gorgeous, strong shimmer factors. This is very curly-like on application. I'm going to strongly urge you to go up to that third coat, listen to that intrusive thought, and just trust me on that. You'll see how much that base color deepened out between that second and third coat. And medium to deep skin tones, this is going to pop so good on you. I thought it popped really well on me. And of course, it will dry down quite flat because we've got so much shimmer going on in here. Sunseeker is a vibrant neon coral base with Aurora shimmer that shifts from warm green to blue. This is vibrant and so true to its name. I'm going to suggest 2 coats on this one. Those of you with slightly longer claws, you might be able to do a 3rd coat, but I felt like it was plump just enough that I didn't need to go up to that 3rd coat. So this one's really going to depend on how you apply all that good stuff. So 2 to 3 coats and a glossy top coat, because this one also, as y'all know the drill at this point, shimmer bombs will dry down very flat. Sunshine on the Waves is a clear base packed with iridescent flakes that shift from orange to gold and blue, light reflective glitter. This is identical to prototype number 181 if you've been on the hunt for that one. And we've got that Karen type of finish here. It is just confetti, mylar goodness. I'm going to repeat myself again. I know, 2 coats, and make sure you're using that previous coat to adhere that next coat. Maybe get a little sloppy with it, especially if you got wide load nails like myself. Glitter smoother and glossy top coat is what you're seeing on my photos. And it's just so good on that flaky action. Last but not least, we have Sunrise Over the Sea. This is a cornflower blue curly base with shimmer that shifts from reddish orange to gold to green. This was the Shimma's group custom over the summer, and I wanted to make sure to get this in here as it is available on the website tonight too. So grab it if you are collecting all of our Shimma's customs. Sunrise Over the Sea is a jelly base. It's on the lighter side. I don't want to classify it as a straight true sheer, but I would describe it as being a lighter type of formula. If you have a very prominent free edge that's very white appearing, you might see your smile line and or through your falsies in very bright lights. So I would suggest a blurring base and of course a glossy top coat to finish it off. And we're going to wrap this up with the Will It Topper segment. This is where I use a black swatch stick to demonstrate if polishes have layering capabilities. Okay, so the Karen finishes look beautiful over black. These toppered very well. Doll Face is Chef's Kiss opacity. It does not work in my opinion. Small Town Misfits and the other green here, the Backroads at Night, technically they kind of look cool over black, but I don't know, I'm up in the air about that. Mags and Sags is ridiculous, again, over black. That mylar finish is so wonderful. Hickory Nut Grove is a topper. It's really interesting in that regard. Beneath the Summer Sun, same thing. It looks really cool. And Reflection of the Sun is beautiful as a topper. Again, remember that these are quite tinted though on their respective base colors. The Lola polishes all topper pretty well over black, but again, we have such bright type of base colors. Why on earth would you topper these? Fluffiest Girl in Town, I don't know, that one looked really cool. But anyways, why on earth would you topper these? Back to my party pooping, I should say. Little One is, I don't know, the same thing with the flaky bombs here. Daydreaming is very much like Mags and Sags in that respect. There's so much flakes. Paradise Found is ridiculous as a topper. Sunseeker, you could vamp out that base color if you wanted to do other types of oranges or corals maybe. And then Sunshine on the Waves, gorgeous, gorgeous flaky action going on there. Sunrise Over the Sea also works as a topper. I would only recommend matchy match blues and blacks though. These are all currently available on this site right now. Get in there and grab those PBE exclusives before they're gone for good. Those are not going to be restocked. And then looking through here on the catalog, there is so many goodies to check out for this release. Quite a bit for this Lurid Friday. So I'm going to leave you all to it. Be sure to get in there and get you some goodies. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.